I thought, first off, it was a neat atmosphere. I thought it was great that our students came out on both ends. The dog pound was terrific. And then, our fans were good throughout the game. It's hard because you have blue and white, knowing who to cheer for, knowing how to cheer throughout the game is a little bit difficult in a game like that. But at the same time, it was a neat atmosphere and a neat night. In terms of our players, I thought our guys played hard. I thought our guys came out and competed on the offensive end of the floor. We did some very nice things. I thought we executed. Our float offense was really good throughout the game. On the defensive side of the ball, I think we're going to get back in the film room. We're going to make some corrections and go from there. But overall, it was a good scrimmage for us. I think we can take a lot of things from it tonight.
Coach, it's obviously just one scrimmage game. What was the play of the freshmen and the rest of the players indicative of how they've been playing the rest of the practice?
You know what? We had some guys, play well tonight, especially in the box score, and you look at points. Our freshmen at certain times throughout practice have all played well, and they've shown why they're here at Butler. They've shown their strengths. The thing that we keep talking to our freshmen about is the consistency of showing up every day and doing it every night. But we had some guys, play well in that scrimmage. They were productive. They made shots, and our freshmen were good tonight.
Coach, talk about your defense. You mentioned it a little bit earlier, but a lot of easy buckets around the basket. You couldn't have liked that.
No, in fact, there were way too many easy baskets. When we give up an easy basket or a layup around the hoop, that's not what our defense is built for. And we had a couple breakdowns tonight on the defensive end, but I also thought it was part to some pretty good offense and good execution.
Is Nolan Berry that shooting a three like that in practice?
Nolan is a very good shooter. He shot the ball well. This is the third time we've played in front of officials since we've started practice, and Nolan has shot the ball well every time we scrimmage.
And has Elijah been that athletic and that dynamic in terms of what he can do offensively?
Elijah is an offensive player. He can put the ball in the basket. He did that in high school, and what you saw tonight, especially early, he came out with a ton of energy. He was obviously ready to play. He made shots, some of them, a couple of them, probably tough shots, but he made a couple of tough shots early, which got him going. But he's a guy that can put the ball in the basket.
What was it like for you coaching your first game in front of a crowd at Hinkle?
It was neat. It was neat. And I don't know if you call it the first game. It is a blue-white scrimmage. We look at it as an opportunity to get better. But I do think it's a neat environment where our guys got to play in front of a crowd. And, you always coach your guys in practice. You can even bring in officials, and you can simulate a game as much as possible. But until you get in front of the crowd and the officials are blowing the whistle, it's always a little bit different. And there was an extra pep in their step tonight, especially to start the game. But it was good to see how different guys reacted in that situation.
Coach, what are you looking for from Eric Fromm? What has he been doing this year?
You know what? Eric is one of the leaders on our basketball team. And he's done a terrific job in practice, not only his play, but getting others to step up their play and play at a different level. Eric is probably our most verbal communicator in terms of in a leadership role. He gets the guys together, he talks to the guys, he's constantly leading the younger guys. And so he has that aspect, which is a huge part in terms of team building and carrying that throughout the year. On the offensive side of the ball, Eric's a very good shooter. He can space the floor, he can make open shots. You can use him in ball screen situations to spread the floor when he's picking and popping. And then on the defensive end of the floor, he's a guy who just knows the game and knows what's going on. He can read things, he can see things before they happen because he's a smart player, he's an older player. He's a guy who's played in big games and saw a lot of things on that end of the floor and can read and can react and can talk and can help guys through some defensive situations of what's happening on that end of the floor. And he's very good at it. So he can give us a lot, not only that you see on the stat sheet, stuff that you don't see on the stat sheet as well.
Coach, what will you work on particularly before Tuesday? Was there anything that you saw that you said, we need to fix this before Tuesday?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if it's necessarily a fix. You know, we have emphasized the defensive end of the floor from day one. You know, heading into Australia, we continually talk about defense, and I think that's just a process that happens throughout the year. And we'll be, you know, game 25, and we'll still be talking about defense. And I think you just take what happened tonight. You know, you watch the film, you show the guys the film, and there'll be a number of different situations on that end of the floor that we'll talk about, and we'll continue to tweak and get better at it.
Do you have a guess of like what percentage of the plays were sets that you ran?
I couldn't tell you that percentage. No.
Any areas that you've seen the team grow since Australia?
I think the biggest area is guys are getting closer and coming together on and off the floor. You know, we're bonding, we're becoming a team, and you know that when you finish practice and how loud the locker room is after practice. You know, my office is right by the locker room. Guys are joking, guys are, you know, laughing, guys, and that, how loud the locker room is, tells me guys are getting closer. And with that, you know, we've seen that carry over to the floor. Guys are more connected on both ends of the floor, especially on the offensive end of the floor. Guys are learning to play with one another. And, you know, you talk about the summer going into Australia, we play together on both ends of the floor much better now than we did before.
You talk about being close. Do you think that's going to be a big factor? I mean, as the team kind of progresses into this bigger league with the Big East, is that team chemistry going to play a big role?
I think team chemistry has always been a huge part of Butler. If you say, what has Butler's strengths been? Butler plays, you know, with all 5 guys on the floor together on both ends of the floor, we're connected. And it's something that is a part of our system. It's something that's part of Butler basketball. We play team basketball on both ends of the floor, and it's something that you work on. It's something that you have to spend time doing. That's why, you know, we constantly talk about, you know, us getting better as a process. That doesn't happen overnight, and that happens throughout the summer, throughout the season. And if you do it right, you can get better.
Anything else for Coach? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.